MPS5 Kumawink, assault style with double crit rate. I'm running boomerang bullet mod right now. I want to be running super bullet in the future for the crit rate and bonus damage. You want to have a bounce suffix on this to raise your bounce damage and bounce crit damage specifically, like I have right here. Bounce damage, bounce crit damage. That is, in my opinion, the best. I'm using boomerang bullet right now because it's just the best one that I got, which is a little unfortunate, but I think super bullet is better. Secondary, using wildfire to make enemies vulnerable in a radius, and then vulnerability amplifier because it's just better in my opinion. Spreading marks is cool, but this already spreads, and vulnerability amplifier does a good enough job making them take more damage. My weapon, I'm using the long axe in the melee slot. I'm using Final Territory because weapon damage and move speed up when Fortress Warfare ends. Fortress Warfare is actually useful for this build, so that's important. I'm using the Lone Wolf set because I'm stacking crit damage. Kumawink is not about dealing crazy weak spot damage, mostly just crit. With the hat, I'm using lunar mods, so momentum up because that weapon damage in the latter half is really strong. I'm looking for weapon damage, crit damage, damage against enemy types, and magazine capacity. Those are my main four. On the face mask, I'm using precision bounce. It's just the best face mask mod to use. I'm looking for crit damage, weapon damage, damage against enemy types, and magazine capacity for the non-lunar ones. On my gloves, I'm using crit amplifier. The more crit rate, more crit damage. Same thing, crit damage, weapon damage, damage against enemy types, magazine capacity. I'm using renegade shoes. You reload a lot, so reload speed is nice. Rush Hour. Rush Hour is crazy good. I'm using lunar mods because I want my health to be low, therefore Rush Hour is the best. HP loss gives you more damage. Can't ask for much more. Again, crit damage, weapon damage, damage against enemy types, magazine capacity. I'm using Sharp Blade Pants for my key item. With Deadshot, crit hit deals more crit hit. It's self-explanatory. Crit damage, weapon damage, damage against types, magazine capacity. Lone Wolf Jacket. I have this absolutely disgusting Enduring Shield mod, and that is the only thing that I'm running because it's obscenely cracked. 30% crit damage, 12% weapon damage, damage against great ones. This is a filthy mod. It's insane. So going into the cradle, I'm using Anti-Phase for the SMG damage, Rapid Aid because I like to be alive, Deviant Energy Defense because, again, I like to be alive. Tactical Combo. You reload and or switch weapons fairly often, therefore it's good. Steady Hand. We're in Fortress Warfare, therefore weapon damage is nice. Weak spot damage is also a good benefit. Deadly Combo. We do bounce damage. Bounce do more damage. Good. Bounce Rampage. We do bounce damage. Bounce do more damage. Good. Heavy Strike, again, because Fortress Warfare is effective. As long as you have the Kumawink in your hands when you slam down the Fortress Warfare, this buff will still apply because you are not changing weapons. For deviation, I'm using Lunar Shadowhound because it gives you a lot more weapon damage, which is super nice. I'm also using portable MG turrets that have Shadow Shift, so I can do more bounce damage per bounce damage. Really, really nice. Doesn't work on dummies, but you'll see how it goes. So, how I always do this, get 3 shots at the wildfire to make them vulnerable, summon dogs, switch to main weapon, slam down with territory, and do the thing. And the damage is just solid. Obviously these are dummies, this is not what your actual damage is going to look like, but it's pretty dang close. We're able to kill Shadowhound in 47 seconds was our best time, and that's before we did all these mods too. It's super duper strong, and definitely recommend giving it a try. Thank you.